Kim, you've got to help me. Sorry if this is out of nowhere, but you have to listen to me. Things can't keep going on like this. I won't be able to handle it if they do. That is why I need you and Rick to break up. There is no other way we can make this work.
Break up with Rick? Make this work? What are you even talking about? Slow down, Christina. You can't just say all of this without explaining it. Let's start from one, okay? Why do you want me to divorce Rick?
You have been keeping him under your thumb for far too long. Don't you see what it's been doing to him? I can't help but feel terrible for him with the things that he has to go through. It's to the point that I can't help but stand up for him. That's why I'm telling you to end this. You have hurt him for far too long, Kim. If you're not going to treat him right, then you two should just split already.
Whoa. Now hold on. What's this about me not treating him right? I don't know how you could get so heated. You don't even get to see me and my husband that often. Did Rick say something to you? Or why do you think that I'm some sort of monster?
I don't think you're a monster. I know you are. So don't try to play stupid with me. I already know everything. You might as well spill the beans because there isn't a fact that I don't know about the two of you. You might think I'm the stupid one, but it's you who's underestimating me. I just wish Rick wasn't such a weak-kneed person. He could have stood up for himself if he only tried. But that's beside the point. He wouldn't have to do that if it wasn't for you ruining every aspect of his life.
I'm sorry, Christina, but I seriously have no idea why you're acting like this. What do you even mean by I know everything? If you truly did, I doubt you'd be yelling at me like this. Can you first tell me exactly what I did before you erupt on me like this? We aren't gonna get anywhere if you keep ranting like this without even telling me what I did wrong. I know you're pregnant and that must be stressful, but blowing up like this isn't gonna help.
This has nothing to do with me being pregnant. It has to do with you treating Rick like your own personal doormat. And why do I have to explain everything to you when you already know what you did? Just stop with the games. I won't quit until you finally let Rick go.
Christina, this is not gonna go anywhere unless you actually tell me what is going on. I know you're angry, but you can't just tell me to divorce Rick and not say why. So please just do us both a favor and give me at least a reason why you're so upset.
Are you really that awful that you'll play stupid games until the end? What is wrong with you? Do you think this will just all go away because you pretend nothing happened? Think again. Let me ask you this then. Do you know what my relationship with Rick is?
Your relationship? Is there really anything to say? You're nothing more than acquaintances. I can count on my hands the times that you've met him.
Wrong. It looks like I have to say everything, don't I? Not that you don't know about this, but if you refuse to say it, then I will. He's my boyfriend. He's the one I love.
Your lover? Are you pulling my leg, Christina? Is this some sort of prank?
Enough with the faking already. You know for a fact it's true. Didn't he tell you about me by now?
No, I've never heard anyone tell me something so crazy. And what is that supposed to mean, huh? What do you mean when you say he's your boyfriend?
It means that I love him and he loves me. It's as simple as that. And if you don't believe me, then just ask him yourself.
But that is impossible. Rick would never do something like that. This has to be some sort of misunderstanding. There is no way that would ever happen.
Well, it is. I don't know if you're too stupid that you didn't notice or you refuse to admit it, but it's true. Either way, I can't believe you're being so difficult for no reason. Why are you like this? This must be exactly why Rick decided to give himself to me. It must be a pain just living with you. Your love must have run dry a few months after your wedding.
Christina, I don't know what happened, but you must be mistaken.
Don't bother trying to change my mind. I already know that Rick is the one for me. I knew there was chemistry between us the first time I laid my eyes on him. And after spending so much time with him, I know that he and I were meant to be.
You don't say.
But if I really want him to be mine, I have to take him from you completely. There is no other way. Even if it means having to tear apart your marriage. But I've already determined that it's a choice I'm willing to make. especially after he was on the phone with me bawling his eyes out last night. He told me so many things. Like how he wants to divorce you so badly, but can't because you two have a kid. I never knew how bad his marriage was with you until he opened up to me about it. I was heartbroken hearing what he said. I knew something had to change.
So, you're really telling me that Rick, my husband, told you all of this on the phone last night? Sorry, but anyway, I look at this, there is no chance he'd say any of that. Not with how things are between us.
That is because you're too dull to see what is going on, and I bet Rick was too nice to tell you the truth. But I've met with him more times than I can count now. If there's anyone who knows how he's feeling, it's me. Oh, it has been so fun these last few years. Getting to spend time with him was like heaven to me. We understand each other, me and Rick. We know what it means to be in love. So if you think you can keep Rick under your control and make him suffer all of his life, you can forget it. Your abuse of him ends today. I won't allow it.
Abuse? Even if what you're saying was true, I never did anything like that to him.
Now, don't lie to me. I already know how much you like to gaslight people. And I know that if I sit here and do nothing, Rick will only suffer more and more. So if you don't want to do this the hard way, you'll give up Rick and admit that the way you treated him was wrong.
Look, this conversation isn't going anywhere. Not when you keep acting like I'm the bad guy. But I know my husband. He would never cheat on me, even if things between us were rough. So what you need to do, Christina, is figure out what you've got wrong in your story. For both of us.
Are you calling me a liar? God, you'll never admit to being in the wrong, huh? Oh, I'm sick of talking to you, Kim, so let me make this simple for you. Divorce Rick. That's the only option that you have now. If you don't, things will only get worse for all of us. They'll especially get worse for you.
I'm gonna go, Christina. I'll talk with Rick and see what's really going on. Until then, this conversation is over. You'll be hearing from me again once I figure out where the misunderstanding between us is.
You think that you can run away like this? This won't change anything, Kim. You can try, but you can't undo Rick's feelings for me. It is far too late for that. He might be a nice guy, but even he has his limits. He won't listen to you. So don't bother trying anything, and don't you dare try to get between us.
What the heck, Christina? What do you think you're doing? I know you were the one behind this, especially after what you said to me the other day. Just because you think you're right doesn't mean that you can go and do this. You need to calm down and think rationally.
Oh, give me a break already. You know you would have done the same thing if you were in my shoes. And I thought you said you didn't want to talk to me. Huh? What is wrong with the sudden change? What I did was right, no matter what way you look at it. Rick didn't deserve to tolerate living with you any longer.
Are you done telling me that I'm a terrible wife to Rick yet? You don't even know me that well. So cut the crap about me treating Rick poorly. He's my husband and I love him. But that is not what we're talking about right now. I'm asking you why you would break into my house while I was out shopping.
Breaking in? Are you calling me a thief? Sorry, but if I would have broken into a house, I would have had to have a good reason to do it.
But you did break into my house. I know it was you. After I got home, I saw the back door window was completely shattered. And when I checked the house, it was so strange. You didn't even bother taking any money or even any of our valuables. But then I noticed that there were things of Rick's that you were missing. It was like you were deliberately taking only his stuff. That's when I noticed my closet. You had torn half of my outfits to shreds while leaving all of Rick's clothes untouched. And to top all of that, you left divorce papers on Rick's nightstand with a note telling him to divorce me. I even have footage that you entered my house. I have a doorbell camera installed that showed you pulling up to my house. And even if I didn't, I can't think of anyone who would deliberately break into my house just to only take Rick's things. So, are you gonna admit that you robbed my house, or what?
I wouldn't say I robbed anything. All I did was take what was mine, that's all. How can you get angry when I only did what any reasonable person would do?
Reasonable? What about any of that was reasonable?
He is my soon-to-be husband. It's only right that I get his things and move them into my place. And while I can't take everything, I can at least get some of his most precious things ready for me when he starts living with me. What is wrong with me only taking what's rightfully mine? And just so you know, Rick told me to do all of this. I asked for his permission and he said yes. He also told me to leave the divorce papers for him so he could sign them later when he gets back from work. It looks like you're finally done getting to boss him around. I hope you don't mind living alone, because in a few weeks, you will be.
So you're telling me that my own husband told you to break into his own house and steal only his things? Are you just making up excuses for yourself, or are you just that insane to think that he'd want you to do that? Rick would never ask you to commit a crime. I've never even seen him break the speed limit.
A crime? I don't remember committing any crimes. If anyone around here is breaking the law, it is you. You have been keeping Rick all to yourself and not letting anyone see him. Even if it's not a crime, it should be. He deserves so much better than you. That is why I'm saving him. It's only right I do this for him as his future wife and mother of his child.
Christina, someone has to be lying to you. I know for a fact that you haven't been seeing my husband. I've asked him myself, and he said that he hasn't seen you in months now. The last time he even saw you was only in passing. He hasn't talked to you in over 6 months. Not only that, there's no way that the child you're carrying is his.
How dare you say that to me? You don't know me. You have no idea how deep my love for Rick is.
Were you listening? I already told you I talked to Rick. He told me that there was nothing to say about you and him. He said he didn't even know that you were pregnant. How can he be the father of your kid if he hasn't seen you in months now?
That's because he was lying to you. Did you think he'd have the backbone to tell you the truth? That's the only thing he really needs to work on. Otherwise, he is the perfect man. I told him that yesterday night when I was talking to him. I just hope he takes my advice. He'll never divorce you unless he finally gets the courage to. He's gonna have to soon, though. I don't want him still living with you when I finally have our child.
Okay, now I know for sure that you're lying to me. There is no way that you could have met him last night.
But I did. I saw him with my own 2 eyes. I would send you some pictures, but it is impossible to do that. I couldn't even if I wanted to. But know that our love is real and there's nothing you can do to change that.
You can send pictures? How does that make any sense? And Rick wasn't even in town yesterday. He was on a business trip for work. He's been gone for a month now. How could you have seen him if you don't even know where he is? And how could you be pregnant with his child? You're about 6 months along, right? During that time, Rick was gone for about 3 months. It was the longest business trip that he's been on to date. And you were in town during those months. You didn't go anywhere during that time. That's how I know that it isn't his child. Not that I really needed proof. I know Rick, he'd never betray me and do something like that. It's not like him. So explain to me, how have you been meeting him all this time if I know for a fact that you haven't?
But I did. How many times do I have to tell you that before you understand that I'm telling the truth? I met him last night. I talked to him. He told me so much. He's been talking to me most nights now. I can't think of the last night that I didn't get to hear his lovely voice.
And where did you meet him?
In my dreams. That's how we've been talking all this time.
In your dreams?
Yes, in my dreams. How else do you think that I've been keeping in touch with him all this time? I would have asked him for his number, but I know that if I did, you would find out about us. You'd probably look at his phone and find out that he was cheating on you with me. But one night, he came to me in a dream and said that he would be visiting me there from now on.
Oh my God. This explains everything.
I was so glad when he said that to me, and I've been enjoying every night that he comes to talk to me for years now. That is how I know our love is real. He wouldn't be able to visit me in my dreams if he didn't love me like this. I know for a fact that he loves me. He's told me himself every night since he began appearing in my dreams.
You have completely lost it. You've absolutely completely lost it. You're seriously saying that for the last few years he's been coming to see you in your dreams and even confessed his love for you? So every time you said you were seeing him, it was in your dreams and not in person? And on top of all of that, you're somehow pregnant with his kid even though we already know that it's impossible? Christina, you need serious help. You have to see that what you're telling me is insane. No sane person would break into the house of someone they haven't seen in months because they told them to in a dream.
I'm completely rational, Kim. Just because it sounds weird doesn't make it any less true. I wouldn't be in love with a man I didn't know. Rick showed me who he was in my dreams. That's why I'm gonna make him mine. I'm done just seeing him there. I want to see him in real life too. Don't judge me just because you don't believe me.
Yeah, sorry, Christina. You're not going to be seeing Rick. Not if I have anything to say about it. Rick has enough on his plate with work. He doesn't need a deranged woman making things more difficult for him. God, this whole story is like so crazy that I can't help myself from laughing.
Don't you dare laugh at me, and don't think I'll listen to anything you have to say to me. I'll make sure that Rick is mine. You can't stop me.
I don't need to stop you. There are people that are going to do that for me. Honestly, I'm kind of glad now that you broke into my house. Now I can let the police handle you. I can't imagine having to deal with you myself. It would be a nightmare. So I'd get ready for when they come. You'll probably spend at least a year in prison for what you did today. And hey, while you're there, maybe they can lock you up in one of those padded cells. I'm sure you would like that. I doubt anyone could handle sharing a room with you with how crazy you are. Thanks again for parking in front of my house. That footage from my doorbell will make this easy for me.
They will never listen to you. I'll convince the police. I won't be going anywhere. Just watch. I'll explain everything to them.
I called the police right after I was done talking with Christina. True to her word, Christina didn't even try running from the police. She told them every part of her insane story. The police arrested her, of course. They weren't going to let her get away with breaking an entry and theft just because she was in love. After she realized she was going to be arrested, she tried booking it. But being 6 months pregnant makes it difficult to run quickly. What must have been like a 1-minute chase, she was caught and arrested. I don't know what happened to her after that, but from rumors I've heard, she got at least a few years in prison. I hope it's true because the last thing I need is for her to show up again. With how sick in the head she is, I only hope a few years in prison would give her time to sort out her issues. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future.